Have you ever seen a dog suddenly zooming around the house, running in circles, and acting like they just drank a gallon of espresso? You might think, what in the world is going on? Well, you've just witnessed a dog having a case of the zoomies. This silly and sometimes hilarious behavior is known as frenetic random activity periods, FRAPs. And it's one of the funniest and most mysterious things dogs do. But why do dogs get the zoomies? Let's dive in and find out all the wild and why this wacky behavior. You've probably seen it happen. Your dog starts sprinting around the living room, skidding across the floor, jumping over furniture, and maybe even spinning in circles. It's like your dog is in a race against themselves. Zoomies usually happen in short bursts, lasting only a few minutes. Even though it might look like chaos, this burst of energy is actually pretty normal for dogs. The scientific name for zoomies is frenetic random activity periods, or FRAPs. But let's be real, zoomies is way more fun to say, right? When dogs get the zoomies, it's their way of letting out excess energy, expressing excitement, or even relieving stress. While it can be funny to watch, it's important to understand that this behavior is usually harmless. Let's explore the 4 main reasons why dogs get the zoomies. One of the most common reasons dogs get the zoomies is that they have too much energy stored up. This is especially true for puppies and younger dogs who are full of life and always ready to play. Imagine having a lot of energy but not enough ways to burn it off. You'd probably get a little silly too. Dogs need plenty of exercise to stay healthy, both physically and mentally. When they don't get enough walks, playtime, or mental challenges, they can become restless. That's when the zoomies kick in. They're just releasing that pent-up energy in the only way they know how, by running around in circles like a furry whirlwind. For adult dogs too, even if they're not puppies anymore, regular walks and fun activities like fetch, tug-of-war, or puzzle toys are super important. Without this kind of playtime, they might just surprise you with a random zoomie session. Think of a dog like a border collie. They are known for their energy and intelligence. If they don't get enough exercise, their zoomies can be epic. They may run in zigzags, almost as if they're trying to chase after imaginary sheep. It's their way of letting off steam from all the pent-up excitement. Just like us, dogs can get super excited about certain things. It could be something simple like seeing their favorite human after a long day at work, or something more exciting like experiencing snow for the first time. When dogs are filled with excitement, they can't always contain it. The zoomies are their way of expressing pure joy. Imagine this. Your dog has been waiting all day for you to come home. They've been sitting by the door, tail wagging like crazy, ears perked up in excitement. When you finally walk through the door, your dog can hardly contain themselves. They jump up, wag their tail, and then whoosh! Off they go, running around in circles like there's no tomorrow. It's their way of saying, yay, you're home, let's celebrate. Dogs can also get zoomies when they see or do something new. Maybe your dog has never seen snow before, and the first time they step outside into the fluffy white stuff, they just can't stop running around, paws flying in every direction. Whether it's meeting a new friend, visiting a new park, or even getting a new toy, excitement can trigger the zoomies. Have you ever seen a dog who's never been to the beach before? Their first encounter with the sand and waves often leads to a zoomie frenzy. They run around in circles, kick up sand, and often look like they're doing little victory laps. Believe it or not, zoomies are not always about fun and excitement. Sometimes dogs get the zoomies because they are trying to relieve stress or nervous energy. Just like how we might pace around or do jumping jacks when we're anxious, dogs might zoom around to burn off that extra tension. One of the most common times for a dog to get the zoomies because of stress is after a bath. You know how it feels when you step out of the shower and you feel a little too clean? Well, dogs often feel a bit silly after getting bathed too. It's a bit like they need to shake off all the water and the weird experience. That's when the zoomies come in. They run around the house, rubbing their fur against everything they can, trying to dry off and shake off the stress of the bath. Zoomies can also happen when a dog is nervous or after an event that may have caused a little anxiety, like going to the vet or getting a nail trim. By running around in a frenzy, dogs are letting out their nervous energy and finding a way to calm down. Example, picture your dog after a trip to the vet. They might have been nervous or even a little scared during the visit. The moment they get home, they let loose and zoom around, likely trying to burn off all that nervous energy they've built up. It's their way of saying, "Phew, that's over." Did you know that dogs can get the zoomies because they're excited about a reward? This is actually pretty common when a dog is learning new tricks or anticipating something fun like getting a treat or going for a walk. If your dog has been trained to respond to certain cues like sitting or rolling over, they might get the zoomies when they think they're about to get a reward. It's like they're so excited about the treat they're going to get that they can't help but run around. This is also a way for dogs to show their enthusiasm when they know something good is coming their way. Some dogs get the zoomies when they know they're about to do something fun, like going on a car ride or playing with their favorite toy. The zoomies in this case are a mix of excitement and anticipation. It's as if they're saying, "I know something awesome is coming and I just can't wait." If your dog knows that when you pick up the leash it's time for a walk, they might burst into zoomies, running around in circles to show just how excited they are for the adventure ahead. The anticipation of a treat or a fun activity can be just as thrilling for your dog as the actual event. If you've ever experienced your dog's zoomies, you might be wondering how to handle it. After all, it can be a little crazy, especially if it happens in the middle of the living room or while you're on a Zoom call with your friends. Here are a few tips to make the zoomies fun and safe for both you and your dog. Give them space. Zoomies usually don't last long, but during that time, it's best to make sure your dog has a safe area to run. If possible, let them zoom around outside or in a large room where they can't hurt themselves or break anything. Provide regular exercise. One of the best ways to reduce zoomies is to make sure your dog gets plenty of physical activity every day. Regular walks, playtime, and even puzzle toys can help burn off extra energy so your dog won't feel the need to zoom around the house at 3 a.m. Stay calm. If your dog gets the zoomies, it's tempting to chase them or get excited with them. But it's usually better to let your dog burn off that energy on their own. Chasing them can make it more exciting for them, and they may keep running around longer than you want them to. Enjoy the show. If your dog is in the middle of a zoomie session, try to enjoy the silliness. It's one of the many funny and charming things dogs do to show their excitement or happiness. Just remember to be careful, especially around furniture or anything breakable. Additional tip, if your dog tends to zoom around inside and you're worried about them knocking things over, you might want to create a designated zoomie zone in your home. This could be a part of the yard or a room with soft furniture where your dog can run wild without causing too much chaos. Zoomies are one of the many quirky behaviors that make dogs so special and fun to be around. Whether they're running around to burn off extra energy, express excitement, relieve stress, or show off what they've learned, zoomies are a part of what makes dogs the lovable, goofy creatures we adore. So the next time your dog suddenly starts racing around in a blur of fur and excitement, don't worry. It's just their way of saying, "I'm having a blast." Embrace the chaos and maybe even join in the fun. Who knows? You might find yourself zooming around too. Please like and subscribe to my channel for more to come.